Yo, what's good? It's your boy Steve from EmceeTV coming at you live from EmceeTV Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. As always, I got with me my bro.
This your boy Big Ray West BIGG representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast and they know.
What's happening? What's happening, bro? How you feeling this morning?
Man, I'm feeling a little slow and lethargic, man. Yesterday was cheat day.
Okay. What'd you get into?
Man, I'm full of processed food and I don't like it. My body don't like my body weary. My body's weary.
What now you say cheat day. What'd you get into? Was
Oh
you getting wild?
man. Not too wild, but I ended up at Buffalo Wild Wings. That was horrible.
The food or the result?
Yes.
Ouch.
Then I went to think about it, boy. Where did you go? Oh, I drove to Waukee to try Cued Smokehouse.
Okay, I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, it's always been on my bucket list. So it's like 26 miles west. So I went all the way out there, and that was cool. You know, it wasn't bad. I left from a okay review. It wasn't bad. You know, it reminds me of Smokey D's.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Cued if you're ever that far west. You know, go get you some Q from them.
Hell yeah.
And then I finished with Bebops. I haven't had Bebops in a long time. I haven't had Bebops at all this year. This would have been the first time for 2025, and that shit was amazing.
Okay, so Bebops wins, huh?
I would say the barbecue place wins because it was on my bucket list, but as far as, you know, that familiar flavor,
yeah.
The nostalgic hit home, I had to go Bebops. Quality-wise, it would have been the barbecue joint, though.
Okay, I feel you.
So I'm in recovery mode, man. My body's, you know, inflammation's whooping my ass.
I'm blasting us out here to a couple of folks real quick just to bring them in and get a little love up in here on the podcast this morning. Get a couple of views and some comments. We'll see if Cap's up in South Korea. I shouted over to him too. I'm just hitting folks on Messenger. There's Tremaine. I did. What did I eat yesterday? Oh, so I ate pretty clean. I woke up. I do my normal for breakfast. I usually have a bowl of cereal. Just some plain Cheerios. You know what I mean? No sugar, no nothing like that. And then I throw some blueberries in there to sweeten it up a little bit, and I sprinkle some cinnamon on it. And so that's usually kind of my go-to. For lunch, I had I guess I barbecue. I smoked some ribs the other day, and I had some Terry Blacks.
You don't know about smoking no motherfucking ribs, Steve.
I've been smoking. I don't know. I'll be out there smoking. I've been smoking.
Yeah.
I smoked some ribs, had them on there, and so I reheated those for lunch with a little potato salad.
Oh.
And then for dinner, what did I do? I just had a bowl of soup. They had some soup they was getting rid of at work, so I had a bowl of minestrone before they tossed it at the end of the night. That's usually kind of my go-to. I ain't got to pay for it or nothing, you know what I mean? And it's quick, easy, and somewhat clean, aside from the salt and whatnot they add to it. You know what I mean? It's just beans. So that was kind of what I was doing yesterday. But my wife did make some banana bread with a little bit of peanut butter up in there. It had coconut sugar. Oh, what else? Coconut sugar. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clean. It was pretty clean. So I was kind of on my good behavior, if you will.
Yeah, man. Shit, that's what time it is. And then, you know, it's NFL Sunday today, you know. Cowboys and Bears, you know.
I didn't look at the schedule yet. What time do the Chiefs play?
I'm not sure. We have to dive into that. You know.
7:20 tonight. Great. That screws my evening. I'm bartending tonight. That means that nobody's coming in. Everybody's off at wherever watching the Chief game. We don't play the audio at the bar I work at, so that shall be that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's what it is.
I'm pretty sure we play around 3. I think we play the afternoon. Yeah, 3:25.
Okay. Any big predictions for football today?
Cowboys lose to the Bears.
You guys pulled it off last week,
That's
didn't you?
my big prediction.
Yeah, you guys pulled it off last week, didn't
Yeah, by the hair on our chinny. Yeah, barely,
you? Let's see here.
barely.
We got Texans and Jaguars, Colts and Titans, Raiders and Commanders, Rams and Eagles, Falcons and Panthers, Steelers and Patriots, Packers and Browns, Jets and Bucks. Geez, that's all jumping off at noon. A lot of noon football today. Uh,
This
and
is great. That's great. It's great.
Cowboys and Bears get
That
down.
Rams and Eagles game is going to be good too.
Yeah. Got Raiders and Commanders. That's East Coast, West Coast. Who you think's holding it down in that one?
Well, I don't think that Jaden Daniels will be playing for the Commanders. So that gives the Raiders the opportunity to, get a much needed win, a bounce back win. Geno Smith already has 4 picks this year, but he has 542 passing yards. So, I'd like to see the Raiders pull this one off. But even without Daniels, I think Washington is still favored.
Oh, ouch. Raiders got it like that, huh?
Yeah,
They
they
struggling.
struggling. And then I'd like to see the Patriots beat the Steelers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Just because you're not a fan of the Steelers, or does that help the Cowboys out a little bit?
No, it does nothing for us. I just don't like Aaron Rodgers, and he's the Steelers quarterback.
Okay.
So,
You're not rolling with Mr. Ayahuasca, huh?
I like ayahuasca, but not him.
I feel it. And then Cowboys and Bears. You think it's gonna be a tight game? You think you're gonna?
It'll be a tight game. The Bears by a field goal or 6 or some shit,
Okay, so you guys will hold your own. You'll be looking all right.
Yeah, but this is a game we should win, though. It
Okay.
shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this tight, but we will. I feel like we will lose this game.
Was it? I feel like last week it was Bears and Vikings, and I think the Vikings ended up pulling it off, didn't they?
Yeah, and they look like trash.
Yeah, 27-24 last week. Vikings and Bears. Vikings ended up pulling it off September 8th. You guys might be able to do it. There were a lot of the Bears made a lot of mistakes that they shouldn't have. I mean, maybe they learned from them this week playing against you guys. I don't know, but it felt like there was kind of he's a newer quarterback. You can't blame him for everything, but he is a newer quarterback. And I think this is his first year in the NFL, right?
Who's that?
For the Bears.
Nope, this is his second year.
Oh,
Caleb Williams, yep.
okay. I was going to say there were some people kind of saying that he had made some errors that he shouldn't have made. So,
They'll probably go right for him today.
yeah.
Things will probably look good for him today. Our secondary is beat up. Our defense gave up over 500 yards last week. Russell Wilson passed for over 440 yards on us last week. I mean, the table's set for him to have a successful day.
Yeah. Well,
Let's talk rap.
let's get in there. Let's get in there. Talk a little hip hop.
Fuck football.
It's gonna be. They're not sponsoring us this week. All right, we're gonna kick it off with Cardi B. This one comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. Cardi B's new album, "Am I the Drama," is garnering social media discussion for many reasons. But how is that translating into album sales? Cardi B may be dealing with some relationship gossip at the moment, but Stefon Diggs' paternity suit can't make the shine away from the album Am I Drama? Am I the Drama? The album's many tracks, narratives, and messages and approaches have caused a lot of conversation in the media world, and we now have a stronger idea of how this hype might translate into the project's first week sales. According to Hits Daily Double, the LP's streaming performance on Friday suggests that it could garner between 125 and 150 album equivalent units sold in the first week. 150,000 album units sold in the first week. They believe the record could easily garner 100 million streams in a week, which is what led to the sales projection. However, there are some questions here. For the Bronx superstar, these numbers feel a little low, but the publication indicated that info is limited. As such, it's possible that these numbers have accounted for pure sales, and the report implies that the projection is solely based on the streaming numbers. As debate over those numbers ranges on throughout social media, we will get a clearer vision of this as we get closer to the full week. Ray, what you thinking?
I'm under the impression that the album is very successful already. I don't know. I feel like I seen some shit where they said it was like close to platinum or if not platinum already. And if it's not, oh well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they talking about 125 to 150,000 units sold in the first week in today's hip hop climate. That's successful to me.
I would say so as well. When I first read the article, I thought that it was saying that it was an underwhelming sales uh, results, but I feel like it looks pretty solid to me.
100 million streams in a week. Like what the fuck are we talking about? That's crazy numbers.
Right, right. If that was views on a video, folks would be like, "Wow," you know.
Dog, yeah, man. And I like Cardi. I'm not a I couldn't, I couldn't just slap her whole album and shit, due to the content, that shit only goes so far. But, I like how she sounds and stuff, and she can make a hit.
Yeah, she got a nice
It's
flow.
for the ladies though. It's for the ladies though.
Yeah, well, she got the machine behind her too. She's
Yeah.
she signed to Warner Music Group, um, so she's which I mean she signed to Atlantic, which is part of Warner Music Group, and so I think she's got a lot of push. You know what I mean? These folks have been doing this for a lot of years, and so they know how to get the record in the right spot. You know.
Yeah, for sure, man. And then all this shit with her ex-husband and Stefon Diggs. Reportedly, she finna have Stefon Diggs' baby and shit. Like, oh man,
That's kind of wild.
you, she ain't even been separated from the first husband that long, and you already allegedly pregnant with another man's baby. Like, this shit's crazy, dog.
And I'm trying to remember that was Offset, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was either. Let me double check here. Yeah, it was Offset.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I knew it was one of the dudes from the Migos, but I wasn't quite sure which one. But yeah, I think it's. I think. I mean, it's definitely good for her name. I mean, it's not good for her name, but it's good for her name. You know what I mean? Keeps her in the news. Folks talking about
yeah.
it. Shout out to the homie Tremaine up in here from Straight Vodka Entertainment. He slid into the podcast and dropped us a fire emoji comment. Much respect to my dog. Um,
I mean, with that Tremaine point, let me pivot real quick.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tremaine from Straight Vodka. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to announce, you know what I'm saying, that Tremaine, Big Ray West, Test One, and CP have secured a motherfucking record with the Northwestern Orca, none other than DZ. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. That's exciting. I think you sent me a little snippet of that I got to hear privately over the weekend.
You know what I'm
And you got a fire record, bro. You got a fire record.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cuddy DZ, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to homies on the home team, you know what I'm saying? Tremaine, CP, and Test One. You know, we keep putting these plays together, man. We bound to go somewhere, fellas.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, the record, I love the record. It's very dope. It's got a very smooth vibe to it. Who was that? Was CP on the hook, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. That's what I
We
thought.
call him the Golden Voice.
Yeah, no, it's clean. It's clean. It's very smooth. You know what I mean? The beat gets you in your seat. You know what I mean? It sound. I don't want to put out too much, but you know what I mean. The
hmm
record is something you could ride to. It was very comfortable, and so respect on that, bro. Respect on that.
Shit, you got one too, don't you?
You know, we're gonna go ahead and let it out the bag. Uh, I happen to have linked up with the homie DZ as well. I had a record that I put together. Shout out to the homie Nuisance One. I had been toying with this beat, and he kind of gave me some pointers. And he said, "Man, when I was done with it, I sent it to him. He said, "Man, that might have been one of your best beats you ever made, bro." So I sent it over to DZ, and he jumped on it, and he did a hook and a verse on this one for me. And
Mm,
it's righteous. It's righteous. I messed with it. I was very impressed with what he did. He came with it with a cool vibe, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Um, there's a lot of possibilities for this record.
man.
Um, a lot could be done with it, and I'm excited to be able to put that out on this platform and really get down. You know.
Man, yeah. So y'all heard it right here, man. We working. We working. You know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying? Shout out to Northwest Orca DZ, man. Hey. And something tells me that this won't be the last play.
Yeah, I mean that dude's a hard worker, super loyal, very easy to work with. If you ain't checked him out, check out DZ206 on YouTube. You could I mean just Google DZ, you can find him. The man has 55 records. I
Oh
said
man.
55 records. I mean he's your favorite rapper. He's messing with somebody you know.
Man, and he's got a gang of records with Rich the Factor. And with that being said, Rich the Factor got a brand new record out too.
Oh
You know?
shit!
NFT Scritch 3, you know? So check that out too, yo.
Shout out KC.
KC in the building. And since I'm talking KC shit, hey, the homie me and Diamond G, hey, we got a brand new single about to drop too in a couple weeks. And then motherfucker's gonna be called I ain't gonna let y'all know that yet, but me and Diamond G, we active. We got an album coming too. The album's done, so now we're in the motherfucking stage of packaging shit up, you know, album covers and shit like that. And man, shout out to Kansas City, man. The love is tremendous.
It's going down in a major way. I've been working on this new record, Motor Mouse, with Hurricane,
Ooh.
Big Ray West, and the homie D-Loc. And
Mm.
I got word that D-Loc was in the studio over the weekend, and he was recording
Mm.
his verse for Motor Mouse.
The
And
Gill God.
it's going down in a major way, y'all. It's going down.
Shout out to OG homie Hurricane too, man. You know what I'm
He lit
saying?
it up.
Hurricane get on that bitch and rap. He be like, I'm like, what you say though?
One of the fastest. One of the fastest, y'all. Ain't nobody messing with him.
Shout out Hurricane, man. Hey, we building, man. The Kansas City infrastructure is tough.
Real talk. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal to see something like that come together. So, um, what else we got? What else we got? Ray, you want to pick up the next topic, bro?
Let's do it. Shit. So I guess we finna talk Memphis Bleak. You know what I'm saying?
Memphis Bleak.
This comes in via Billboard. Memphis Bleak has a pretty good working theory as to why his mentor Jay-Z hasn't really released music aside from a handful of features since his last solo album, 2017's 444, and The Carters joint album with his wife Beyonce. Bleak sat down with Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay and talked about why he thinks Jay isn't as consistent with making music as he used to be after after the NFL Hall of Famer mentioned that the legendary rapper is more known these days for his business acumen. Jay has always been a businessman, says Bleak. If you go back to his first album, second album, around that time, he was always talking about retiring after his first album. Then he was like, I'm going to retire after the second album. He never wanted to do this and be this glamorous superstar. He wanted to be the biggest businessman. So that's why if you see music as the backbone, but his business is his personality, you know what I mean? That's just who he is, the businessman, and that's what overshadows the music. He added, quote, Jay needs to be challenged to do music, not saying that nobody need to diss him or competition. He just feels like there's no one on his level. When Eminem was making music, Pun was making music, Biggie, Pac, those guys, he had competition to be like, oh, I got to be number one. There's no competition for Jay now unless he wants to battle me. Sharp also brought up seeing some fans on social media wondering why Jay doesn't help Damon Dash with his current financial situation. And before he could finish, Bleak immediately cut him off, saying, Jay isn't that type of person. That's not Jay. He said, I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm his friend. He ain't giving nothing away to the loved ones. You have to earn it. You got to work. And then the person who was chopping at his tree for so long, I just don't see it happening. Steve, what are your thoughts on Memphis Bleak's outlooks on Jay-Z making music and not fucking with Dame Dash financially?
You know, I would like to say shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. His guest list is just insane. The people that he's able to get on that platform. I guess when you already
not only that, he asked the questions people want to fucking know.
It's true. It's true. He does kind of put people in the hot seat a little bit. You know what I mean? So shout out to Shannon Sharp for that. I'm always surprised. I haven't seen much of his stuff. You know what I mean? I've seen a handful of them. I definitely saw the Cat Williams one, and there's been a handful of them I've seen, but I didn't realize Memphis Bleak was on there, so I need to tap in a little heavier. I am subscribed to his podcast. I just haven't had much time to check it out, but yeah, so props to him for getting Memphis Bleak on there. That's a bucket list for me. You know what I mean? To be able to interview Memphis Bleak, that's somebody I grew up listening to in the Roc-A-Fella days. You know, that's just massive. So to get to hear these behind the scene tales and stories and everything would be ideal, iconic. But I mean, I can see what he's saying. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of turmoil between Dame and Jay, I think, as Roc-A-Fella was dismantled and kind of taken apart, and Roc-A-Fella Records. You know what I mean? I think as they dissolved that partnership, I think that things got a little messy. You know what I mean? And I think Dame Dash kind of put himself in a funky position, and I don't think he's done much. Just as an outsider looking, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a little critical, but I don't think that he's done much to get himself out of that position. You know, he's just kind of in a funky spot. So I don't know their current standings on the relationship. I just saw something, another article that I didn't bring in, where somebody said was Jay-Z was Dame Dash making plays for Beyonce before Beyonce and Jay-Z got married. And so maybe there was some of that behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And maybe
was Jay-Z making plays for Aaliyah before Dame Dash and Aaliyah became solid? Like, what the fuck does that mean? They all, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, in my opinion, dog, man, Hollywood is like, they all just share the same partners, dog. They do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I suppose if you're a celebrity, you can't necessarily, you can't just link up with Phil from the hardware store. You know what I mean?
You feel me?
You got to kind of run with your own pack. And so,
you feel me? Yeah,
so
unless she's brand new into the industry, athletes are on her list already. Actors are already on her list. Rappers are on her list already. You know, like,
yeah,
she's bad. Of course, Jay did.
That's just kind of how it goes, I guess.
You feel me?
So,
hey,
shout out CP up in here with us.
Hey, shout out my boy CP, man. Hey, the golden voice. CP has a brand new record out right now with T-Bear and Frank Mankloke, you know what I'm saying? It's called Ride or Die, you know. Music video coming soon, so make sure y'all get at some airtime. The Golden Voice does this thing. T-Bear sounds real smooth and polished, and Frank Mankloke sounds sharp.
I dig it. I dig it. Check that out everywhere. Man, but back to the Memphis Bleek thing. You know, I think Memphis Bleek, he's been doing a lot of interviews lately. He's got a lot to say, and I think he's got some insight. I would love to see a new Jay-Z record. You know what I mean? I think that would be dope. Reasonable Doubt was one of my favorite tapes as a kid. You know what I mean? I love the lyricism and the depiction and the vivid tales from the Marcy projects and whatnot. You know what I mean? That was insane to me as a young man growing up. And so, yeah, you know what I mean? I would totally mess with a new Jay record. That's about all I got on that one.
I mean, a new record out. I'm obligated to tap in, but I ain't never been a Jay guy. Reasonable Doubt doesn't move me. Not to say it's a bad body of work or, you know, it's just not for me, you know. And when that came out during that time, you know, I wasn't listening to that type of rap specifically, you know. But I can appreciate what it did for the culture. And yeah, I understand when people put it in their top 5 and say it's his best album, you know, hey, that's for y'all, and that's okay.
I mean, the Blueprint went hard too. That was a dope record.
I would be more in the Blueprint era, you know, like Reasonable, yeah, you know, I'd be more in that era. Memphis Bleek never moved me. You know, he's had a handful of singles that were popular. You know, I know the commercial successful songs, but never did I own a Memphis Bleek album. You know, to say not to be disrespectful, just to be honest. You know, I never owned a Memphis Bleek album. It was dope when Roc-A-Fella and State Property and all that shit was linked together as that, you know, that mega foundation and shit, and they was doing the movies with, you know, Dame had them doing all the movies and shit. That shit was dope, and the Roc-A-Wear and the State Property clothing line and all that shit. So
that was a hard era.
It was, bro. You know, so I dig all that. I'm not hip to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I want to say that was kind of some pioneer shit too. I mean, aside from Master P doing the No Limit films and stuff, I think that the independent films from State Property and Jay-Z and Roc-A-Fella films and whatnot with Dame Dash, I think that was all kind of a pioneer time. You know what I mean? Like the special effects and everything that you had to pay for back then was at a considerably higher cost than some stuff is nowadays. Not to say that it's just dirt cheap, but obviously computer processing and stuff has come down considerably. You can do a lot more with a computer than you could back then. So
Dame was apparently running shit, you know what I'm saying? But now Jay and Dame, their issue, you know, man, that's a shame, you know. Jay-Z could take the money out of his Bentley ashtray and make all of Dame's problems go away instantaneously, you know. But
do you think Dame would be grateful though? Like, because I'm an outsider looking in, but I don't know if I see him as somebody that would just dap him up, give him a big hug, and be like, "Bro, thank you so much. I owe you." You know what I mean?
I think it depends on how it happened. If it was a private thing, if Jay reached out privately and, you know, it wasn't all ultra public, you know, it was like, here, nigga, you know, shit. If a conversation was had and all that, yeah, I think he'd be grateful. But if he tried to do it all super public and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, he's sunning them and shit like that, you know, I could see it going left. But,
yeah, I mean, since the IRS already took his portion of Roc-A-Fella Records, I don't know what's the return on investment. So I mean, Jay-Z literally just have to write it off essentially, right? Because he ain't gonna get no money back from Dame.
Right. And
not that you always
it's hard to pinpoint what's really going on with Dame. You look at all these news articles and the IRS says they're taking everything he owns, but then they show an interview with him and he's dressed as a cowboy, talking about he's sitting on X amount of acres of fucking land in his mansion and shit. You know what I'm saying? On a farm. And like, is he just portraying to be living this high lifestyle still, or like, is he really not affected by them taking all of his assets? Like,
yeah, it's strange. I remember back in the day, this man said he wore his socks one time and would throw them away.
I believe it.
It's etched in my brain. Like, I remember that, just going, well, first of all, thinking that's so goddamn wasteful, but second of all, man, that's a lot of socks. That's a lot of socks.
And think about how many young men in the dope game heard that and adapted that motto and thought that they was doing something.
Right. Nike's just going, cha-ching. We sell socks like you wouldn't believe. Tremaine jumped up in the comment section. He said, I think Dame blew that bridge up a long time ago. He's been slandering Jay since the split.
Yeah, and it's evident, it's evident to see who won who won in that split. And, I just think Dame was just too flashy. Dame talked too much,
When it seemed like he deliberately burned money. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to invest, and maybe even if you have an investment go bad and you lose some money, you were trying. But if you just pissing off money for no reason and just washing it down the drain, to me, that's reckless. I mean, other people would just say, hey, that's my lifestyle. But to me, that's reckless. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It is reckless.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Fuck. Like I said, I don't know what to think of Dame Dash. I don't know if he's living comfortably or if he's struggling. He damn sure ain't gonna let us know. That's one thing about Dame. He ain't gonna let him see you sweat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna see him sweat.
Yeah.
Boy, it could be 1,000 degrees of Dame in a polar bear. You know what I'm talking about? Like, chilling.
He's comfy.
Like, Dame, though, they outside right now taking all your shit. All your cars is on a flatbed. That's just for show. That's not my real cars. My real cars are put away. My real cars are safe, tucked away safe.
Do they need help? You want the keys? I got the keys.
You want the keys to make this process go faster? Damn, that's all your cars, but those are not my real models. Did you hear about him supposedly being the CEO of Revolt TV for a month?
I did not.
Oh, man.
Under Diddy?
No. So Diddy supposedly sold it to employees. So it's an employee-owned company type of thing. But Dame came out and said that he made an agreement to be the CEO for 30 days. And I think that came out as not true. It's like, dang, what are we doing, man?
Yeah.
So that just sounds crazy.
I just jumped on Google AI just for fun, and I typed in Dame Dash wildest stories. I got the pause moment. It says, during a 2023 appearance on My Expert Opinion podcast, Dash pinpointed the exact moment he knew his partnership with Jay-Z was over. He said the end came when someone refused to play pause, a gesture indicating a temporary stop in a conversation. For Dash, this was a breach of their unwritten code of loyalty. That wasn't near as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but I was curious just to
type in Revolt.
Okay.
Dame Dash Revolt. Holy shit.
Let's see what we got. Revolt denies Dame Dash chairman appointment and business. Cameron addresses Dame Dash, the Breakfast Club interview. Is Dame Dash the CEO of Revolt? Dame Dash is not the chairman of Revolt and will not be able to acquire the company despite his recent announcement. That was as of 4 days ago on iHeart.com.
It's bad, Steve. So I guess they were just, the Revolt CEO has said, all of that shit is a lie. We was just talking about working together, producing some type of content. So I don't know how he gets CEO for 30 days.
He said, I'm running it. They sent me an email.
He said, but we just agreed that we might run a couple of your movies, though.
Just going to take some of your old content and try and give you a couple of dollars. We knew you needed some money, fella.
And now you're telling your friends that you're the CEO of my company.
What is going on? What is going on with this Dash fella?
Oh, I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know, man.
so it also Google also pulls up, is Dame Dash suing Cameron? It says Dame Dash is suing Cameron for $300 million
Holy fuck.
over comments the sports broadcaster allegedly made about Dash and his family, plus other offenses. On Friday, September 19th, Dash posted a legal demand letter that was sent to Cam, born Cameron Giles. That's as of 2 days ago. So, I mean, Dame's out there trying to get his money.
Dame's crashing out, dog. You seeing it right happen right before your eyes, man.
I would agree. I would agree. I think that he's spinning. Uh, he's spinning. It's getting reckless.
Starting to get desperate looking.
Yeah, and that's not something you want to see. Uh, it's not something you want to see publicly for sure, but that also makes him a little more untrustworthy. You know what I mean? You got Dame got secrets. Dame got secrets. You don't want
Mm,
TMZ hitting him up going, "Hey, we got some money. We'll buy some of them secrets off you. We know you need some money."
dang, baby.
Out there in the TMZ tell all, he's going to air everybody out for $50,000.
Mm, mm, mm. Man, I hope they get it together. I hope he get it together. I'm saying they have. Hey, I hope Dame get his shit together. I don't know what need to happen, man. Just stay out the way, dog.
You know,
Stop doing interviews. Turn the camera off.
you need to get below the radar. Another man that may want to get below the radar a little bit is Drake.
Mm,
This next article comes in from Hot New Hip Hop as well. Photo courtesy of Prince Williams, Wire Image, Getty Images. It says Drake's latest album, ICEMAN, has been threatened to be leaked to the public by emerging streamers known as BAGWORK. Drake and Central C have sprung another leak after being threatened by a brand new streaming group last week. The security breaches keep coming for Drizzy. An unreleased collaboration between Drake and Central C has surfaced online, with fans buzzing over the track reportedly titled Triumph Tower. The leak appeared across Reddit threads and platforms this week. Listeners claimed the record came from the Her Loss sessions. Some posts mistakenly labeled it Trump Tower, though fans insist the leaked version clearly identifies the song as Triumph Tower. According to early reactions, the track finds Drake in an introspective pocket. He leans into reflective bars while Central C delivers verses that complement the mood. The content has also stirred controversy. Certain lyrics raise questions about references to landmarks and how they might be interpreted. Neither Drake's camp nor Central C has addressed the leak, leaving its origins uncertain. Some fans speculate it slipped from a producer's archive, while others point to insiders as possible sources. As with most leaks, audio quality and authenticity remain under scrutiny. Ray, what are you thinking?
So when you're as big as Drake, you know what I'm saying, your Eminems and your Drakes, leaks do matter. Leaks will fuck up your numbers. Leaks will fuck up your paper. You know what I'm saying? And if they're threatening to leak this album, this is gonna be, I want to say, his first album since all the Kendrick controversy. I think, did he drop after all? Did he drop after Kendrick already? After Not Like Us?
I would say, like, he dropped some singles for sure because they were going back and forth. But aside from those, I don't believe he dropped a full album.
Okay, so this might be the first album since the whole Kendrick controversy, and for it to leak before a release date would definitely impact the success and the trajectory. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you want. And obviously the leakers know that. So they trying to stick it to him for whatever reasons. Yeah, if I'm Drake, I don't know. I'm upset,
Yeah.
I'm upset. Why is my shit getting leaked? How does my shit keep getting leaked before we release?
Yeah. Well, and somewhere there's an air pocket somebody's getting in through, right? There's somebody's firewall ain't working or whatever. Somehow they're getting in there and they're getting these files. So they need to tighten up security a little bit, I would say, and try and figure out what's going on. But yeah, it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good.
So when Iceman does drop, are you gonna be checking for it, or is it gonna be a type of album where you'll just catch the popular commercialized singles?
I'm gonna own this one and just I'm gonna sound like a hater. I am not a Drake guy. I've never really
Yep.
tapped in on any of his projects. I'm familiar with the mega hits and stuff, but I don't think I've ever. Maybe when he first came out, I played a couple of them. You know what I mean, and was like,
Yep.
let me see what the hype is. Let me see what everybody's talking about. But Drake is a little too R&B for my taste in the first place. You know what I mean, with the singing and everything. It just
Yeah.
it's a little too polished. It's a little too commercialized for my kind of sound that I lean towards. And I like somebody that's ultra lyrical, and I don't get that vibe when I listen to his stuff. But I would say, you know what? It's time for me I like to be open minded. I like to think of myself as an open minded person, and so I want to give it another run.
Let me ask you this. Okay, you said you liked it more lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
So his back and forth with Kendrick, he kind of pushed his pen.
I would say
He
that.
wasn't he wasn't sing songing when he was going against Kendrick with those handfuls of records. Did you enjoy that version of Drake at all, or was it just that's still Drake?
So where he loses me with that, and again, maybe I'm splitting hairs too much here and being too picky, but we go back to the ghostwriter thing. Like, did he really write them bars,
Yeah.
or was somebody else penning that and he was just showing up? Shout out to the homie Riley. He just jumped in the pod. He said, "What up, bro? Raider Nation."
I mean, I don't know about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, hey,
Um,
shit.
but yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed you could see the passion in the bars. You know what I mean? Like somebody's attacking him from all angles and whatnot. I was more tapped in with the Kendrick side of it because I know that there's when M was going to do the record with him, he was like, "I'm gonna write my verse in front of you. I want to see you write your verse in front of me. I want to know that you wrote your bars. You know what I mean? I
Who
don't
did
want
that?
Eminem. He said he
Or
wanted
who?
Kendrick.
Hmm.
He said he wanted to see him write his verse, and he wanted to write his verse in front of him so that they were both authentic, and they could say, these are my bars. I want to know that they're your bars. And so
How would I feel about that?
I like it. I like it.
How
You
would
know
I
what I
feel
mean?
about that? Like you think I'm such a dope rapper that you don't believe that you gotta actually witness me write this here right
Kind
now?
of a
Like,
compliment. That's kind of a compliment.
hmm, it's kind of like you don't believe me. I don't know. Like,
I
you're
mean,
right though. I could take it both ways. But damn, like,
that just means you're so dope. I think a computer might have wrote this shit.
damn.
I would take
Or
that as a
that,
compliment.
or y'all been talking behind my back, questioning if I've been writing this shit at all. You could go that way too.
There could be some of that.
You know, like, damn, what you mean? I gotta sit here and write it in front of you? What? Okay, but I don't, man. I guess I'd still get down because I know I write my own shit anyway. But that I don't know. That's kind of different.
And I feel like maybe that's just the way it was played out by the media. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. We
Uh,
speculating.
right. Nobody knows the exact text or how it went down. You know what I mean? That
One
could have been
thousand.
somebody's interpretation of what they heard secondhand, and then that made it to TMZ or whoever, and that's how it hit the
I'm
press.
just thinking that like okay, like if I go to Strange Music and Tech Nine, and Tech Nine was like, "Yeah, I've been hearing about you. Woo. You've been on our radar and shit. We about to do this song, but I need you to sit down and write your verse right here in front of me, just so I can make sure that you know what I'm saying. It's authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about, homie? Like, you said y'all been. What you like? Damn. Is there a question that it's not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? To make sure it's authentic. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man?
CP jumped in there. He said, "Big Ray West don't rap."
Shit, my name ain't Test One, homie. Get your facts correct.
Uh,
Test One don't rap. This is all I do.
that's awesome. Ray, you want to
Shout
take
out
that
to
next
Golden
one?
Voice.
You want to take this next one before we got to jump off? Let's let them know what Hit Boy's got to say. Photo credit by Dan McMeeden, USA Today Network via Imagine Images.
So Hit Boy recalls surprising text from Kendrick Lamar the day Not Like Us dropped. Comes in via hotnewhiphop.com. This text message from Kendrick Lamar is when Hit Boy really knew what the Drake battle was light work for the Compton lyricists. We all probably remember where we were when Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us came out, as even Hit Boy recalls, the moment is larger than life. He recently appeared on The Breakfast Club and answered a question among many others that led to his reflection. It was about whether or not there's more material with Kendrick tucked away. While they only have one official collaboration as a duo in Backseat Freestyle, Hit also provided production on A$AP Rocky's One Train Posse Cut, J-Rock's Wild Freestyle, and a few other K-Dot guest verses. He said he always chopping it up with bro and told a story about one interaction that they had, which was centered around the King's Disease Beatsmith's son. My son, he's 5 years old now, but for his 4th birthday, he made a song, Hit Boy recalled. Quote, he made his first song. He was in most of the sessions with me and Nas, just sitting in the back. Didn't realize he was taking all this in. I asked him if he wanted to make a song for his birthday. I put him on the mic. He literally freestyled with context. I was laughing. It was crazy. Quote, but I put the song out with the video, and I think this was the day Not Like Us dropped. He continued, and this is how I knew Kendrick, like, this was light work for him, like the whole shit. He texted me about my son's video, like, go ahead, nephew. You know what I mean? In the middle of all that, he crazy. He really crazy. He's cool, though.
That man said he's dropping They Not Like Us. He's in a pivotal moment in his career, and he's on IG celebrating the homie's son rapping on a video. That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, he's down to earth. You know, he's down to earth.
Yeah. He's a real one.
Allegedly. No.
Apparently he's been vetted. But
Yeah.
so, okay. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, so if Tech and Trav were like, let's go back to that. If Tech and Trav had you down in the studio and they're like, hey, you know, we're gonna feature you on this new King ISO track, but we want to make sure that you write your own bars. So we're gonna bring you down. We're gonna put you up in a hotel for the weekend. Come kick it with us. We'll get you some studio time up in Strangeland, and we're gonna run through the booth. You can. We're gonna give you one of the engineers, but we want to see you write the bars. Would you be offended?
I wouldn't let them know I was offended, but I'd understand also it's a business, you know what I'm saying? If they're looking to possibly invest, you know, you got to make sure it's authentic. You know, I understand the game, but inside there's definitely a part of me like, what the fuck you talking about to make sure I write it? Like, like, are y'all behind closed doors questioning if I do? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I saw some shit the other day. One of the homies put me up on, and you can write a couple of bars, and it'll give you like 5 suggestions for the next couple of bars. I was kind of impressed, but at the same time, I was like,
bro, I'm so loyal. I'm so loyal to this shit, dog. I would feel nervous even putting that into my computer out of fear that another local rapper would see that damn, he searched what, you know what I'm saying?
They got me on the list now. They know I was on the site.
I'm so scared to death of some shit like that. Like, I'm scared sometimes to type in what the definition of a word is. You know what I'm saying? That might be cheating in the school of MCing, you know? So
I did that the other day. I was like, I feel like there's a couple different ways I could use this word. You know what I mean? I'm gonna close the book so none of these internet zoomers can get in there and,
you know what I'm saying?
My book. But I was writing shit, and I was trying to do me a double entendre, and then I was like, let me make sure I'm using this right. So I had to hit the internet real quick just to double check the definition.
So guilty as hell just doing that though.
I did. I was double
That's
checking.
how I am for sure, man.
Yep.
I couldn't even imagine getting bars from AI or just seeing what it would come up with. Like, boy, I would feel guilty as fuck. I promise you, bro, I can't even go, man. That shit would eat me up, and I'd feel like that. Even if I used one bar from that shit, I would feel like that song was just scarred.
Now, if we go back to what Eve was saying on the Thursday podcast, she was saying you wouldn't believe how many people are collabing and doing ghostwriting and stuff like that. So,
hey, I think, like I said, it goes back to what you're labeling yourself as, what you're trying to be. Now, if you're like, I'm a hit maker, I write records, I write hit records. Okay, if you're coming out like that and that's what you're trying to take, I feel like obviously you got a team. I go into that thinking, okay, you guys write as a team, y'all put hit records together. But if I'm sitting there like, you know what I'm saying, hey, I'm an MC, you know what I'm saying, I'm God's MC, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the best to ever do this shit lyrically, you know what I'm saying? I get out of that, okay, this guy writes his own lyrics, it's by itself, you know what I'm saying? Who are you claiming to be?
You can't try and be on Nas status and have the chat GPT write your bars for you.
You feel me? Who are you claiming to be?
Yep.
You know, and yeah, man. I feel like I'm a lyricist and you know, I strive to be a full-time MC, you know, and I feel like I try to wear all the things that come with that title or that jacket.
CP jumped in the comments. He says Steve was battle rapping with himself in the mirror. LOL.
Yeah, he was.
I'll be battle rapping with myself all the time.
He does. You thought you was landing one, CP, but you were just telling the truth, bud.
Where the camera's at? How do you know?
Shit, he does, man. You should see him when he was doing the get you some battle shit.
Oh, shit. It got real up in here. Called the studio the sauna because I was sweating in here.
Boy, that's comedy, man.
Yeah, but, big facts.
But I think it's a day, my guy.
Yes, sir. It is NFL kickoff. It's noon. I appreciate everybody jumping in here. We had a handful of folks up in here watching with us today, comment, sharing, liking. That's what it takes, y'all. That's what it takes to keep the podcast alive. As always, I appreciate everybody jumping in here with me. I appreciate Ray coming through. It's always a pleasure having you on here, my dog. Don't forget, let me close out with this one. I'm dropping the graphic. A Field of Dreamers coming very soon. The graphic is live.
October 21st, baby.
Yes, grab the link. I will have it in the comment section. Do us a favor. You know what I mean? We ain't thinking we're probably gonna do Cardi B numbers, but you know, somewhere a little smaller, you know, maybe half of that. We could do half of that. Jump in there and hit pre-save for your homies. Support the podcast, support live dope hip hop, and with no backup bars. And come see us October 28th at Woolies in Des Moines, Iowa. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on that one. It's gonna be a dope ass show. Ray's first time at Woolies. My first time sober at Woolies. So we're gonna be in there. Until next time, we out. Thank you so much.
Been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us. Them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the cake enough. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't take